and we are here filming another episode of Retail Media Confessions. I am joined by my esteemed retail media best friend, Andrew. And today we have a guest joining us in person. This is Sarp.
Hey, this is Sarp Tuncay speaking here. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm a retail media and e-commerce marketing leader.
We are going to be unpacking a spicy topic as usual, and we are finally getting to in-store for Andrew. He's been waiting so patient to talk about in-store retail media, but we're gonna make him wait another moment so Sarp can tell us his retail media confession.
Well, I was thinking, like, when I was coming here, like, what should I say? You know, like, there are multiple confessions I have to say, but so the real problem isn't the technology, I would say. In-store has become media, commerce, and shopper marketing at the same time, but most companies still assign it like it belongs to one team. So that's where the friction starts. I think that's the confession I will share.
I love
That's a perfect tee up because you're talking about the brand side really still being maybe a little bit stuck in the old world. Well, we see that very much on the retail side as well. And that's what leads to a lot of retail media conflict, most often between merchandising and media teams. And so there's this question that I've posed, but others have posed too. Is retail media, or retail plus media? Now, this comes from Kara Pratt, if you remember a few years ago at Kroger Precision Marketing, said retail media is media. And it was a message we needed to hear because I think traditional retailers really thought of retail media as retail first. And she was saying, no, it is media. We need to treat it like media. But as we started to correct in the direction of media, what a lot of folks have pushed back on and said, but you can't lose sight of the retail piece of the equation. The merchandising is essential. You actually don't earn the right to engage or build a media business unless it integrates with merchandising. CX first. Right, and so that's something that I've been championing for the last few years is that CX really is kind of the primary mechanism that the industry needs everybody to orient around because it puts the customer first, and when you put the customer first, it's good for the brand. It increases sales, that's good for the retailer, it's also good for the media team. So I think that's ultimately the foundation of where alignment comes from and what otherwise is a major source of conflict between organizations.
Yeah, I agree. So I think the problem is everyone says that they want the integration, right, with the teams and everything, but then they still measure success in silos. So this is, I think, the biggest gap that we have. So one team celebrates impressions, oh, that's good. And another celebrates conversions, oh, we have conversions. Another wants incrementality. If three teams walk away claiming success from the same activation, you probably don't have alignment, so you have confusion. So the issue is not lack of data. We have data everywhere right now. The issue is too many teams using data to defend their own version of success. That's, I think, the biggest gap that needs to be filled.
Yeah, I don't disagree. From a misalignment perspective, and going back to the point on, is this media, is this retail? I mean, in-store has been around for a very long time. I used to place, end cap signage and in-store aisle blades, like those things still exist, mostly built for navigation to help the shopper shop. I think it's just another opportunity when you introduce a digital format to add more value to the shopping experience. I think it's about making sure that, to your point, you're not taking away from it, but why not look at this as another opportunity to bring content and creative into the store? Like, that's the part that I even in some retailers that have digital signs, it's the same message that it would be whether you're sitting right next to the product you're going to buy or whether you're on .com or whether you're offsite. Like, it's all the same.
We've had in-store retail media for a long time, right? It's just been analog or static. And historically, it's been focused, trade dollars were funding it, so it's been focused on promotion. Now you get this elevated digital experience. It's a new creative palette. It's dynamic media, and it starts to function more like a media channel, or can, than purely a promotional channel. Now, that's also probably a tough transition for people on the shopper side who have looked at it through certain KPIs or looked at it as a certain way to have to, let's say, learn media measurement. But
Yeah.
wait, impressions? I'm looking at this through impressions now? That's not the dollar sales that I'm used to measuring this in terms. And listen, I would argue both are important. You need to be able to understand how it works both ways.
But on the other hand, like if you treat the store like just another screen, I think you miss the shopper. Like if you treat it like just signage, you miss the media value. Like the store is not a banner ad with shelves around it. It's a decision environment that the shopper is there to make a
Yeah.
decision. So this is where a lot of brands get it wrong. They either over media the store or undervalue it's the media side. So there has to be a balance in between those two, I think.
I agree with you. As we think about, where there's opportunity, I think, my recommendation to brands is think about the value layer. And that could be something as simple as integrating an offer. Obviously, I would be a proponent of that. Or something that really truly adds to like their shopping experience, whether that's inspiring them to purchase something, whether that makes it easier for them to purchase something and make a decision on, which flavor to purchase or which varietal to purchase, or whether that's just giving them something that allows them to connect with the brand differently. Like I think we were in a session earlier where it's like, well, we're not really sure if this is a sexy medium. And I think it's actually under-tapped in terms of sexiness. Like people are right there getting ready to buy. They have all the decisions to make in front of them. And this is the place where you have, high degrees of influence.
You want to talk sexy in-store media? I'm
Sexy.
thinking about chocolate, right? At checkout, right? I could just have a static promotion that says whatever the discount is, or I can have this beautiful visual of swirling chocolate, feels indulgent, makes me crave it, makes me want it, right? That's a media experience.
Right.
And maybe you also get by selling it without having to discount as much. So I think it could be very margin accretive to the retailer and the brand.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think one other thing that we have to keep in mind that if you solve this with the ownership, like who is owning what, you solve it with share accountability. Like if you know like who is doing what. But on the other hand, like a breakthrough is when shopper, e-commerce, like media, and brands stop handing work off to each other and start planning against one business goal. Like, what is our outcome? Like, let's look at the outcome. And no matter like that we have a discount or we don't have a discount, like what is the outcome? What we are trying to go together, like instead of looking at silos,
You're speaking to my heart right now.
Do I?
This is a topic I'm very passionate about.
Really?
Yes.
Happy to trigger your passion.
I feel very triggered in a good way. I love hearing, a brand leader talk about planning. I do think in-store continues to stumble because you hear like this generalized statement of like, we just need to be able to measure it. And it's like, okay, well, we are measuring it. And it's like, what's the layer deeper? Like, what does that really mean we need to be able to measure it? And I think it comes back to if you knew what you were trying to accomplish on the front end, you would know if it happened on the back end.
Yeah. Opportunity is there. It's very clear, but ownership is a little bit unclear. That's the main thing.
That is very true. I was actually curious about what was holding back budget in-store digital maybe a year and a half ago. And so I did a survey of a bunch of brands, and I asked them, do you have somebody in your organization who owns in-store digital? And way less than 50% said anybody even has responsibility. And a lot of times that's just shopper marketing. Technically has responsibility, but they're not really doing anything about it. And 16% said that they actually had somebody who was specifically focused on that as part of their roles and responsibility. And those 16% were probably lying. So I think it's a big problem. Maybe we've evolved a little bit, but if nobody's waking up thinking about this and how to make the most of the medium and the environment, it's probably not going to move forward.
I think this space doesn't need more territorial behavior. Now we have inflated data that we cannot really understand what is going on because we cannot really speak about the data. One says the other. So that's why I think AI is important in this point.
Ooh, first mention of AI
Yeah,
today.
yes. So
You can't spell retail media without AI.
I think the way we have to approach the data needs to be changed. Like we are not operators anymore. We are decision makers because AI is already doing the operation for you. We just need to get the data that operating by AI, and we make the decisions by this way. I think that's how we can overcome, because there is a lot of data. There is no way like we human beings can digest and like synthesize it anymore.
Right. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice mic drop. And I think that this is a topic that will continue to come up in future episodes. There will be more episodes coming soon, so stay tuned. And until then, just keep it real.
Thanks for this.
Thank you.